Welcome back to the Rebase Society. I'm standing here with City Councilman Stephen Fulop. Mr. Fulop, thank you so much for joining me here today. What do you see as some of the advantages for today's information session here at City Hall?
Education in Jersey City presents the biggest opportunity for moving the city forward. It's tied into the crime problems, it's tied into the employment issues, and changing and reforming and improving the schools for the entire city is at the core of what we're trying to do to move the city forward. So this is great because it gets regular parents, teachers involved, and I think it's a huge success.
It's no secret that there's been ongoing turmoil between the NJEA and Governor Christie since he took office in 2010. What do you see as probably some of the biggest hurdles that still lie ahead to fix that relationship, which appears to be strained right now?
It definitely is strained, but these types of things are beneficial because you have education reform advocates working together today with the teachers union as a sponsor for this type of event, getting the public involved. So while at the top level there still may be some issues, at this sort of level it's important to get engagement, and it's happening here. You could see it firsthand.
There seems to be an ongoing word that is quite prevalent in discussions such as this one, and it's accountability. There's a perception out there that the NGA isn't interested in accountability while the governor is. Is there something being lost in that message there, in that ongoing debate?
Yeah, I think the NJEA is focused on accountability, as is Governor Christie. I think it's how they define accountability, which is different. Ultimately, any metrics that you use needs to be fair and reasonable, and not unfairly put teachers in a predicament that is unreasonable. So I think that the reality is that on the accountability front, everybody agrees it's important. It's just how do we get there, and they're working towards it. I think by the end of the year, there's going to be some sort of compromise solution.
New Jersey still remains as one of the few states in the country with some of the best schools nationwide, and Jersey City obviously being one of the largest cities in New Jersey. I don't want to put you on the spot, but as a mayoral candidate, what are you looking to do to improve the education for Jersey City residents?
Well, we've started it. We're going to be bringing in we've just done a national search for a new superintendent. We literally are searching for the best and the brightest in the entire country to come to Jersey City. It's an opportunity for somebody to really do something special. I think that Jersey City ultimately is going to be at the forefront of not education reform in New Jersey, but we're looking for it to be in the entire country, and that is reasonable reform that has all stakeholders at the table: teachers, parents, the public, and of course elected officials. So we're moving in that direction. We've elected 9 independent parents to sit on that Board of Education, which is a first. And we're looking to, on the accountability front, the same way that I want to be held accountable, the superintendents should be held accountable, the Board of Education should be held accountable. We're going to make everybody in the district accountable the same way.
What has the current administration not done for kids in Jersey City regarding education?
Well, what they're doing right now is they are expanding the dual language program, which is hugely successful. They're looking right now at different types of accountability metrics. That's why this is applicable right now. As of today, the Board of Education members are not here. My understanding is that they're interviewing superintendent candidates today, as a matter of fact. So there's a lot going on the education front outside of what you just see here with public involvement.
Regarding your candidacy for mayor next year, what are you looking to do differently than the administration regarding not just education for our children here in Jersey City, but overall for the residents of Jersey City?
Yeah, we have a comprehensive plan focused on crime, taxes, education, obviously, and jobs. And we're not talking about platitudes. We're going to be rolling out concrete platform ideas that people are going to be able to see and actually see how they're going to improve their lives on a day-in, day-out basis, and how we're going to fund those specific programs. So those are the 4 pillars of what we're looking to do: crime, education, taxes, and jobs. And we're focusing on them, head on, and we're looking to tackle them to really make Jersey City something special, what you imagine it can be.
Another question, again, not to put you on the spot, but you're running for mayor next year. Essentially, you're running against the machine that dominates Hudson County so strongly. Do you feel you're ready? And what challenges do you see ahead in this campaign?
It's going to be a tough election. There's no question about it. I think that if you look at history, it's going to be an uphill battle anytime you're going against the political machine over here. The one positive thing is that we've been reaching out to the regular people on the street, and I think we're building support there because we're going to be running a campaign based on ideas on making life better for them. And look, it's going to be a tough election. We're working on it every single day, and the goal ultimately is, to push Jersey City forward. And I think people would say today they're just looking for a better city to live in ultimately.
How often would you like to see the information sessions that were held today in City Hall take place, not just in Jersey City, but throughout Hudson County, or even New Jersey for that matter?
I think one hallmark of what we've done down here and what we want to do to the rest of the city is more public involvement in everything that we do. So it's not only education oriented, we're talking about, policing, we're talking about ideas on taxes. The more you can engage the public, the better off we will be as administrators, because ultimately the best ideas generally come from the public.
Once again, Mr. Fulop, appreciate your time, appreciate your answers and your honesty. Once again, we're standing here with City Councilman Stephen Fulop here at City Hall for the information session regarding the NJEA and teacher evaluation policy reform. We'll be right back here on Hudson County TV.